So I'm
Yeah,
just,
they would.
they might confuse you for, a French Canadian.
No, Canadian people confuse me for American. Go figure.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
And is that like a negative thing? Do they like bust your balls, or is it just
Yep. I don't speak Canadian.
Oh, so you don't say a boot?
No, and I don't do Z. I don't do Z. I do Z.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and
They don't like that at all.
God
At
damn it,
all. You know
man,
what?
people need to
You know what I'm talking about. You
a
know what I'm
boot,
talking about.
a boot.
No way,
Yeah,
eh?
about
Take off,
and
you knob.
about eh.
No way, eh?
No
Take
way
off.
eh.
Take off, eh? You hoser.
Yeah, didn't they create like a little shrine, like a statue of Bob and Doug McKenzie, like sitting on a
Yeah,
bench?
I don't know, but
yeah.
I fucking love, Rick
They're fucking
Moranis
great. Great. Yeah.
and fucking what's his face, man. They were fucking great in
He's
that.
to me he's underrated, and for the reason why he retired. He should be remembered more because Rick Moranis was something else.
Yeah,
Oh my!
he's coming out of retirement. He's
Yep.
coming out of retirement, so that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, and he
Well,
got punched in the face out of nowhere just because he's.
Yeah, that was on on the street of New York, and
Yeah.
I think he was smiled at somebody, and a really angry black dude, and you know what I mean, on the streets of New York, which isn't you don't make eye contact with anybody on the streets of New York, much less during like a big racial
Really?
thing. Yeah, no,
Really,
you
here it's
don't.
here it's a polite thing. Hi.
No,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
it's you don't you don't do it. You don't do it on LA streets. You don't. I mean, Fresno is getting to the point where you don't really do it anymore.
Is it
It's
turning into Mexico?
no, it's kind of like jail rules, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What
It's
are you
kinda
looking at? What are you looking
Yeah.
at?
right.
What?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like that kind of a thing. That usually happens on the subways. You gotta watch that. That's where you
Yeah,
really
it happens in ghettos. Yeah,
yeah. It's all messed up.
yeah, I know.
But but
I grew up in a place where it was like that, but still standing your ground.
yeah, no, you got to. But even like I live in the suburbs and I go for a walk and I say hello to people, and usually people say hello back. Sometimes they just kind of stare at me like I'm crazy, and then every now and then you get that guy that's like that gets angry. In which case I'm just like, F off.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, like
I'm said when I walk around, I have a resting bitch face that people don't want to talk to me. I'm guessing,
Oh, when I lived in
Not a
the
bad
city,
thing.
man, I had a resting bitch face in a big way. I would have people say, "Dude, I saw you on the street the other day, and you looked like a demented axe murderer."
It's like, oh, well, you saw the real me.
Yeah.
Because I had an axe murderer running after me.
It's like, oh, you don't know what I just did before the time you saw me.
I remember seeing Henry Rollins walk past me like that, just like.
Was I sitting in a very adult movie theater when you saw me? Sorry, that was inspired by that face you did.
Oh, and Simon,
Yep.
this bud's for you.
Holy shit, yes. Bud Spencer, love that guy.
Bud Spencer.
Yeah, need to watch some movies of him. Banana
Oh.
Joe was amazing.
Banana Joe.
Do you remember when he's an alien and he meets that little kid?
Actually, it's the kid that's the alien.
Yeah, the kid's the alien. Yeah,
The
sure.
sheriff and the satellite kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it and enjoyed it, and then watched it with my girlfriend, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of tough, ain't it? She was not digging it. I realized like not a good place to start with like Bud Spencer, Terrence Hill movies. You want to start, with like usually like the Trinity movies. Those will like kind of ease you in. And oh man, so many great pictures. All the Way Boys, Watch Out, We're Mad. Fuck man, love those pictures. Most people don't even know who Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill are, but they were the biggest movie stars.
I never heard of that
in the
movie though.
world.
I've never heard of that movie. That seems like a really crazy one. Fuck man.
The what?
Fuck man.
That's what you just said. You said fuck man in the list of movies you were hitting.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck man. No, that wasn't in the list of movies.
Now you meant Fat Man, which looks pretty good.
Oh, Flatfoot. Those are great movies. Flatfoot in Africa, Flatfoot in Hong Kong. Although those are solo Bud Spencer movies. Bulldozer. That's another great Bud Spencer movie. Buddy Goes West. That's a great one. That's like
Oh.
one of my
But before we go too much further on Bud Spencer, we actually
What do you have
here to
against
talk
Bud
about
Spencer?
John Carpenter. John Carpenter.
Yes.
It's
Who never
Carpenter
made a
Day.
movie with Bud Spencer, and that's very regretful.
Well, that's because Bud Spencer never learned English. Terrence Hill told him, dude, you should learn English, and then you could start doing movies in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood was calling. He could have been Bluto in Popeye.
Yep.
Huh.
He was
But he
supposed to be, but he refused to speak English, so it was always Italian all the time, and a bit of French. He spoke French. That's it.
Yeah. Whereas like Terrence Hill spoke English, German, Italian, French. Yeah, but
It's the type of people that inspire me, like to learn more than one language. Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, polyglots.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I speak English and poor English.
I speak
those two.
I speak pretty good English, pretty good English, and very, very shaky German. And a couple of words in Japanese, a couple of words in Mandarin. That's a funny thing, man. You watch a lot of movies that are from a certain country. Like I've watched so many Hong Kong movies. I know, like you actually, I picked up a little bit of Mandarin. You watch a lot of Italian movies. Like my Italian pronunciation is actually like spectacular.
My Spanish turned to shit. Like I haven't had the chance to practice much. So
Yeah.
I have the pronunciation. I don't have a problem with it. They all say, "Oh, your pronunciation's fucking amazing." Yeah, thank you. But right now it's like I can't even think of a sentence. It takes,
Yeah. Well, then there's two kinds of Spanish.
It doesn't come naturally, right?
Yeah. You can't think in it.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I find that usually if you're not in a country for a while, you kind of lose it, but not necessarily completely. Like it comes back once you're in that environment and everybody's speaking that language. And then in Spanish, of course, there's, like Latin American Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, like Buenos noches. And then there's Castilian, like the Spanish, which is Buenos noches. Por nuestros nostros.
Mm-hmm.
It's very,
there's a part of Spanish where, it's yo and on a show instead of, for I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I should. I don't do that to make fun. Always, it's the same thing if I do like pidgin, like Mandarin, like how does it go? 没那哇，双星双双，哈啦哈啦哈啦哈啦哈啦。You pick this shit up, man. You watch a lot of movies in different languages. You pick this shit up, which is great. Man, my German's improving since I've been watching all these great German TV shows they have on Netflix right now, like Barbarians, Babylon Berlin, fucking now there's one called Oktoberfest Beer and Blood, which is about the very gangster origins of Oktoberfest, which I wasn't aware of. But evidently Oktoberfest didn't start out as like a happy thing. There's a lot of gangster shit going on.
Dude, I mean, there's people that when they come to my house, they get really surprised. Like I told you, like it's me and my bro and 4 kids, right? Mm-hmm. It's Franglish constantly. So
Franglish.
Just say we'll switch from one language to the other, like in the one big conversation. You'll have like one of our friends over for. He speaks French, and we'll speak English. I mean, he's gonna answer in French. Like we were playing at D&D, and our friends were like, "Dude, you guys are fucked up." It's like this is like Franglish, like pure to the core. Like, yeah,
that's cool though. That's cool. You
know?
That's cool. That's something to be proud of. One
of my friends can't speak, but he understands perfectly. So you just freaking yeah.
Yeah, I can understand like way more Spanish than I can speak.
Yep. Same here. If it's not too fast.
It's not too fast. Oh my god, because it can be spoken very fast.
Like when Carla and John were doing their CG Latino or something like that.
Yeah.
I went in and he knew that I can follow a conversation, right? If it's slow.
Yeah.
So he starts accelerating and he was laughing his ass off. I was like, and saying, I don't know, if I speak too fast, he's not gonna understand. I'm like, oh, you piece of shit.
And that's the beauty of CG. We're
Mm-hmm.
multilingual. You know, I loved when Rob Muerto was translating for
Stefani.
Stefani. Yeah, was translating from Portuguese into English, English into Portuguese. That was awesome. You know, the more people we have that are multilingual, the more barriers that can come down, and the more people can be
But
part of this beautiful thing.
we are international. That's the thing. That's the strength. The fact the thing that people forget is we are international.
Yes.
The only reason why we don't see more international buyers, well, we're working on it.
Working on it. We're gonna figure that shit out. We're gonna figure that shit out because none of us likes charging folks for $20 for shipping for a comic.
Nope.
I don't like charging shipping at all for comics.
No, neither do I. It sucks, but for like $3, $5, the difference, big difference between that and like 20,
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like before, like shipping between the Canada and the US used to be like between $2 or $5. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I used to like. If I was gonna order something from the States, comics or stuff like that, that's what it would cost me, like $5.95 or something, or shipping.
We're right next door.
Yeah, I know. You could drive to my house. God damn it.
I know. It's fucked up.
It take a while, but
yeah, a few hours, but still.
Yeah. You can see Niagara Falls.
It's meaning you don't have to take a plane, right? You don't have to take a boat.
A what? Take a what?
A boat.
A what?
A boat.
A boot.
Yeah, that's why. That's how they pronounce a boat.
Can you believe that some jackasses wanted to not air the Trailer Park Boys? Another thing we Americans should thank you Canadians for. They wanted to do an American version, I guess, just because of like maybe because it's not even much of an accent, but they just say a boot, and it's just like, oh well, we got to have the American version. But thankfully, Mike Clattenburg, the guy that created the show, was like, because to do so, he would have made a fortune, but it would have meant fucking over his friends.
Yesterday we were watching Tucker and Dale on the watch along,
and
that guy, that guy is fucking amazing. I forgot his name again, but another Canadian guy that's
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
he's great. I love that dude. He's great on Doom Patrol too. But we are here to talk tonight about the films of John.
This is one of my fucking favorite movies ever.
It's great. It's
great. Mouth of Madness. I love it.
Yeah, man. One of the best Lovecraft movies, without a doubt.
Did you read the new Shutter Kane?
Oh well.
Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Greg. We got Greg in the chat. What's up, buddy? We got Boogiebot Comics. Love to see you, man. Good to see you here. We got Lothar D. Hail Lothar. What's up, man? We got HT Productions, which is Dom. He's been on the show. And then we got Pond Mower. I don't know Pond Mower. I've never seen Pond Mower. Pond Mower, welcome, and we hope to see you more.
Welcome, Pond Mower, and just so you know, he sees you. What's up, Greg?
When you say he sees you, who are you referring to?
Sutter Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Referring to Sutter Kane, which is so great because it's a wonderful cross between Stephen King and H.P. Lovecraft.
And then El Gargoyle here too.
So. You know that's technically is part of his Cornetto trilogy. That's what he was doing. The Thing, not Army of Darkness. What is it? Prince of Darkness, and that one that was technically his homage to Lovecraft. That was him doing his little Cornetto trilogy.
That was, but I mean, I personally don't consider that a trilogy. It's the same way that people consider Lucio Fulci's Zombie trilogy to be Zombie, City of the Living Dead, and The Beyond. But I don't consider those like an actual trilogy. In order to be an actual, I mean, they may have certain thematic crossovers, but in order to be a trilogy or a sequel, there has to be some direct connection. But for me, that's not to say that they're not great movies. And holy shit, man, Carpenter has given us so many great movies, and I'm talking great movies.
Yeah.
if you have 3 movies that are classics, you're untouchable. And he has more than 3. Classics.
He has he has horror legends. You know what I mean? Like he has Halloween. You know what I mean? He has Halloween. That is
Christine.
Halloween.
The only really fucking good Stephen King movie.
Christine, we've talked about Christine a couple times on this show already.
Vampires.
Vampires, that's all right. It's not my favorite. It's good.
I love the fuck out of it.
I love the fuck out of it too, but I would consider
it's not. I wouldn't put that on the top of the list of Carpenter by at all. I mean, there's Big Trouble in Little China. There's
Escape from LA.
Escape from New York, man.
Escape from New York.
Escape from LA was not as good as Escape from New York, but it was all right. It was fun, but it was nowhere near Escape from New York's fucking level. It
was disappointing if you were expecting an Escape from New York sequel. If you watch it as its own thing, it's okay, but it's still.
It was also disappointing.
Let's not forget They Live.
It was also disappointing if you have a basic understanding of physics. You know what I mean?
Oh, the horrible CGI that's in that.
Oh, man. What about that dumbass surf scene with fucking Peter Fonda and he fucking jumps off the surfboard onto the fucking car? Like that's even no. I'm sorry. I love John Carpenter. I fucking absolutely am the hugest fucking fan of Kurt fucking, but I tell you, man, I could not handle that scene. When I saw it, I was a kid when I saw it, and I was all like, no, oh my God, that was horrible. You know what I mean? It was all like, oh man.
But it's also not taking itself seriously. It's not a sequel to Escape from New York. It's a satire of Escape from New York. The problem is what Carpenter should have done was right after The Thing came out and was a monumental bomb, a critical failure, and a box office failure. That's when he should have done Escape from LA.
I wasn't a kid when Escape from LA. I'm trying to think of when I first saw that. It was 96, so I would have been like 23, 24. That's still kind of a kid nowadays, but then I was thinking I was much younger.
Did you guys ever see his first movie?
His first movie? Wait. His first movie? You mean
Dark Star?
Dark Star, which I have queued up for once we get to that point.
But that's where we are now.
No. We're still gabbing and watching random footage.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. And Dark Star was his senior thesis at UCLA Film School
with one of his friends. Wasn't it O'Bannon too?
Dan O'Bannon, who's an actor in the movie too.
Yeah. Oh, which in another one that I'm a huge freaking fan of.
Yeah, me too.
And to know that those two studied and did started their career together, dude, it's freaking amazing.
Now this is a movie. Just so you know, this is a movie. It's not a horror film, but it is. It actually, you know what? I actually love this movie. I can see Brian covering his face because you mix comedy and horror, and it spoils it for him, I think. But
no, that's not the case. I like it when it's done well. The problem,
there's so many epic scenes in this. You know what I mean? It's just.
But Chevy Chase is a charisma vacuum in that movie. Tone-wise, that movie's all over the place.
I'm gonna have to disagree because I love Chevy Chase and I thought that he was excellent. They could have probably chose somebody better. Yeah, that would have taken it to another more horror level. But I mean, as far as the character he was supposed to be playing, he was basically playing his Fletch character as an Invisible Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically what they wanted. So hey, we got Vaughn. Hold on, so we're gonna bring Vaughn in here. What's up, Vaughn?
What up, Vaughn?
What's up? I missed you guys. Nice to be back.
Hey man, it's nice to see freaking Monster MD kicking further ass, man.
We don't stop. We can't stop. We won't. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm having fun. I mean, it was just October. I mean, what better vehicle to sell your book than Halloween, and just having fun and posting creepy, weird memes and pointing out that your book's still doing really well and it's still open on Indiegogo. While I get ready to ship. Really, I mean, I finalized some things with the printers today because we want to make everything perfect, and I actually decided to upgrade the book a little bit. For people so it has this really nice binding now that's like extra nice. And I don't know, man, it's been a lot of work, but we're putting out the best book I can. Like it really is. So I'm proud. I'm happy over here.
You're gonna thank yourself for that, man. You're gonna thank yourself for that. Trust me. And you're gonna hit 100K. That's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, people keep telling me I kind of don't care, but like it would be awesome if I did. It probably would be like people would notice my campaign more. Yeah, and I think it deserves 100K. I approached it like the whole book and everything I did for the campaign is if like this is a 100K campaign, even though you don't know me yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm a nobody. But yeah, I'm really. It would be quite an accomplishment. Yeah. My dad might finally shed a tear or something, you know. Get me there. Make him proud of me for once.
My father, before he died, told me Six Gun Gorilla will never inspire anyone.
Oh,
Thanks,
was he
Dad.
some sort of weird theatrical guy? Six Gun Gorilla shall never inspire.
No, he was just like a stern old country German.
Oh, that's like me, except
yeah. Well, my dad never told me my book wouldn't go anywhere, but when I sent him a copy, he decided to shit on it. So yeah, no,
literally,
no,
not literally, but yeah, yeah.
You never know these days. People are the horrible things to books.
He came back with a horrible response. You know, I didn't even ask him for a review or anything, and he came
back. What the fuck is wrong with everyone? Parents are supposed to support their kids. That's the rules. Here's the thing. I'd rather the parent support some piece of crap and keep someone's confidence up so they'll still be a creator and work, because that's a long road that people don't tell you about when you choose to become like us.
Yep.
You walk a long path and it's hard and you're going to have failures no matter how good you are. You know, it's just a tough thing. But yeah, man, they should talk you up, not down. That is horrible to hear that shit. My parents have always been pretty supportive and like let me be I mean, my mom raised me on horror, you know.
You're going to make them help you pack the books
on
right?
horrors. Yeah, I'm gonna make those arthritic oldies help me with my shit. Yeah, I'm tired of it. I've like done all these goodie bags by myself. Like I'm just sitting there watching movies and being like, yeah, I'm like doing goodie bags for everyone. It's a lot. I have to do 3,000 of them.
Oh so my god!
And then I have to like bag. I have to sign all the books, which I'm gonna do. Like I want to do a time lapse of that with some good punk music over it, because Eric Weathers is coming into town to sign them with me. So
wonderful.
It's gonna be cool. It's going to be special. We're going to have some fun. And what else? Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it once everyone gets their books and they love it. You know, that's what it's all about.
When you start seeing those pictures on the Twitter and seeing your book in people's hands, you're going to get such a boner, dude.
I mean, yeah. That's what it's all about. I do all this for the boners.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, it's true. It's true.
So we're on John Carpenter. That's who we're talking. Yeah.
Okay.
And
awesome.
What's your favorite John Carpenter movie, Vaughn?
I like Escape from New York, man.
Excellent choice.
I really like Big Trouble in Little China. Like it's kind of a special place in my heart.
Me too.
And then The Thing, like to this day, is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
His masterpiece, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes. Very true.
The Thing is probably one of my favorite horror films also. Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, I can't tell you how much fun I had watching They Live. Like I love that movie.
That's my favorite fight scene in any movie ever. It's my favorite fight scene in any movie
the best.
ever.
And when I saw that with my friends when it came out, I remember afterwards leaving the theater and in the car ride home, I'm going, "Oh man, that fight scene was so fucking stupid." And I was just like, "Did we watch the same movie?"
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that fight scene is one of the most entertaining spectacles of like that you'll ever see. It tells a story. It's like an anime fight scene before.
Right.
Back America knew about anime fight scenes that just go on and on.
Yep.
And that's why it's the best.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that's how a fight scene between two really, really, really tough motherfuckers would actually go too.
Right. Exactly. Trash cans would be used.
They're not karate dudes. They're just fucking dudes.
Not like a chick in latex that crawls on you like a spider monkey, twists her hips, and you go flying. None of that. It's like
Yeah.
that's all like they do now. Girls are climbing
I
us in
know.
movies and literally like doing a stripper move, and then we all fall down and go, "Oh!" I would just be putting ones down her fucking pants.
Oh, dude, and 90-pound chicks will fuck you up. They'll clear out a whole bar full of big burly bikers.
They're afraid of the wind, but they're not afraid of a man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so fucking lame.
Anyway, this is the opposite of that. These are like two bare knuckle bruisers knocking the hell out of each other in an alleyway for like a good, I don't know, 8-10 minutes or something. It's like it goes on and on.
Over a pair of sunglasses because he doesn't want to put them on.
Yeah. Well, it accentuated how hard it is to get people to open their eyes to something new. It's tough. It's very hard.
Yes.
They don't want, and they don't want to.
That movie was so metaphoric. It was awesome. I mean,
it was.
A lot of people don't even realize how much that movie is an epic piece of art. I mean, he could have made it look more fancy. He didn't. He fucking played back the fucking cinematography on purpose. He fucking went cheesy with the messaging. You know what I mean? He went very simple.
And still to this day, that fight scene is considered one of the most realistic fight scenes in movie ever.
And was paid homage to in South Park.
Yeah, cripple fight.
Yeah. I'll still never forget watching that and being like, wait a second, are they is this yeah, they oh man, they're doing it. They're going there.
Yep. And I was so happy. Oh my God, I haven't laughed that hard in so long.
I know.
When I first showed my little brother, my little brother Cameron is like one of the ones I like corrupted in life. And so I showed him all the good stuff. And definitely we had a They Live. And when that fight scene happened, he started kind of laughing. And then like when it would suddenly continue again, like it just wouldn't stop. He started laughing so hard the kid was losing his breath. I mean, it's classic.
Oh, hysterical. My own personal favorite moment is when Keith David is like leaning against the wall and he's recovering. And he's like, and the Piper's like coming at him. And he's like, oh.
That's one of the things that they were actually wrestling. Like they were actually like improvising a bit. That's what the thing was fun about it. And you do have that vibe that when he comes behind him, he's actually surprised. Like, no. When he picks him up, you see his face like, no. Boom.
Yeah, that was either amazing acting or totally legit.
Yeah. Genius.
You know, that a lot of that was choreographed by Rowdy Piper.
Yep. Absolutely. Whom Carpenter met at the first WrestleMania. And guess who was present at the first WrestleMania? So yeah,
but Spencer,
I wish.
You were at the first WrestleMania. That's epic, dude.
Yeah,
that's epic. Your life just peaked like way back, huh? No, that was his. You were at history, man.
Well,
at history.
Carpenter met Roddy Piper at WrestleMania and was like, that's the guy for They Live. Now, to be fair, the reason why the movie is so pared down is because at that point, Carpenter was working with much smaller budgets because he'd had a string of financial failures. Mm-hmm. The Thing, like I said, was a catastrophe at the box office and critically. Now, of course, we know it's a classic. Big Trouble in Little China, same thing. And so basically he was downsized and decided he signed a 4-picture deal with Island Alive Pictures and was going to do movies instead of for $20 million, $25 million budgets. He was just start doing them for $4-5 million. Wow. And and he made the most of it. And he was like, basically, I'm going back to my roots. I'm going to make a bunch of low budget horror movies, And my God, you look at his low budget work. You look at Assault on Precinct 13, for instance.
Jeez,
Holy
Good
fucking
movie.
shit.
Carpenter has come into this era as one of the more beloved filmmakers lately. Like
Yes.
he's having kind of a renaissance in pop
Yeah.
culture.
And
And
he's
I
a-
think much like what happened with George Romero some years back, where we gave him some actual money to do something, like give it to Carpenter. Let him make shit again. I miss him.
Well, no, I
And-
think
and
I
he's-
think
and
I
he's
think
the-
they won't. I don't. I think the problem with giving
Well-
Carpenter money is like when they give like that much money for a film, when they start getting into the $20 million, $100 million range. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They start wanting so much control. You know what I
Sticking
mean?
their
Yeah.
fingers in there. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's
like
exactly
like,
right.
Like I've had
Yeah.
had conversations with Universal's, with Universal derivatives, because like Universal actually you don't have conversations with them. People use Universal, but you have like you might be like at a Warner's office or a New Line or something like that, Rogue Pictures, and then they'll use Universal for some production sometimes. Anyway, but the thing about that blows my mind is that they always insist. You know what I mean? When you have these conversations, that you got to use their studios. They want to have, this. You know what I mean? And
I do.
You want to hear something that pisses me off, really fucking pisses me off, is that when John Carpenter found out that George Romero was doing another zombie movie, he was like, I want in. Let me do the score. Right? I'll work cheap. Let me score that damn thing because I want to have something to do with it. And not only did they not get Carpenter, who's widely imitated nowadays. In fact, there's an entire genre of music called New Retrowave, which is basically John Carpenter covers.
Yep.
And the score that's in Land of the Dead, completely forgettable. I can't think of a single tune or theme in that I can even remember.
And to lighten the tone, another fun thing that I like is the fact that he's also the mentor of one of my other favorite movie producers, right? And he does the same thing. He does his own scores. He's exactly like his mentor, and you can see the vibe doing in it. And when you watch freaking Alita Battle Angel, you're like, you get the vibe. You're like, dude, that guy, I love Rodriguez, dude.
Yeah, I love him too, dude. I'm with you on this one. Like, it's all there. That guy's been a brilliant talent for so long and made so many cool movies.
And a fun fact is they all started up as being cartoonists.
Really?
Oh yeah. So they're very visual.
Oh,
very comic book and cartoonist.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
I graduated film school and I was doing really well, and I was going to be a screenwriter. That's what I wanted to do, and I decided not to go to LA and play that game because the studios would change every damn thing I write, and that's just standard. Or it would be like, if I was in a writer's room, I'd have SJWs like arguing down why my ideas were problematic and stuff. You know what I mean? That's too damsel in distressy, and you'd be like, fuck.
Oh yeah,
I know. All that should happen while I was doing my bachelor in movies. I also studied in movies. Yeah.
So you made the right choice too.
whereas what you guys are describing is stuff that I've actually experienced in real world.
Right.
Because
I've gone through that. It's horrible, man. I went to I had written this huge screenplay for a dude and like got paid a little, but not much. But I was just proud of like, my achievement. I go to the some party to raise money for the film. I see script pages on a table with a red cloth, laid out for people to check out while they drink and mingle. I check out the script. I lift up the page. It's not what I wrote at all. Everything's been changed. Everyone's been gender swapped. Like everything's been changed. And I'm just like, I wasn't told. You aren't told, it's something about being a writer. When someone's an artist, you don't just draw over their stuff. But when someone's a writer, it's like free reign, man.
Yeah. No respect. That's because people basically look at writers and they're like, they either think that you have some kind of divine godlike ability, like how could you possibly do that? Or they're just like, you ain't shit. Anybody could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you guys got that worse?
Got worse than artists?
Really? People
Worse
think
than
that we
artists?
press on a button and everything happens.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
That is true. That is true.
100% true.
That is true.
I've been a graphic designer and illustrator for hire before too. Like I know what happens. I've had people straight up be like, "That's not what I wanted," and then they refuse to pay me, and I was just like,
Oh god, that's the worst, man. That's
Sucks.
It's like one of the worst stories I've had was a meeting for a project, right? And the guy he's one of those big movie production types. So he walks in and no time. Everything has to be now. You know how they are.
Yep.
So comes in, he knows exactly what he wants. He wants something that looks like this Sputnik, and it needs to be a big freaking presentation. 2 weeks of work, modeling, design, everything's okay. He comes in and goes, that doesn't look like the Sputnik.
I know what Sputnik looks like.
Then somebody's like, no, this is what Sputnik. That's not what I meant. This is what I meant. So it was actually the Challenger.
eh.
And that's like 2 weeks of work of of an entire fucking crew modeling, rendering,
God.
and
But the guy didn't know the difference
What an
between
ass.
Sputnik and
Nope.
the fucking space shuttle.
No, they don't care, dude. They're about making it happen, dude. It's about the now, not the yesterday, not the tomorrow. It's the now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you know how they talk. Come on, guys.
So-
We have
so-
to be our own
so-
man.
So, moral of these stories: contract. Have a good contract. Make
Yeah.
sure if you're a writer in the contract, you get final say on changes because it's your thing. If
Or
you
even
can't-
ask to give yourself first editing privileges.
That's what I was going to
no,
say.
First rewrite is always, but final say on a thing means that if they want a certain change, you do make the change, or you make the change that they say. You know what I mean? Like they may send you things and you make these changes, but you can say, you know what, you have the right to say, no, I cancel this, cancel the deal, no money, no, this is off, I'm done. Right? Most of the contracts though are not that favorable. You got to have a good agent. Most people are screwed. They're like, oh, money, I'll take the money. You know what I mean? And then they don't realize they've actually sold it, and then they can hack it up, do whatever they want with it, and you know what I mean. And that's that. So
yeah. Anyway, little writer's tips.
Yeah. El Gargoyle says, anyone seen Cigarette Burns with Norman Reedus? Yeah. Which is very similar in many respects. Has the same themes as In the Mouth of Madness. Yeah, that was the film that Carpenter did for Masters of Horror.
I was gonna say one thing. Cross your fingers because I sent a copy of Bloodhunt to Rodriguez.
Oh, fingers and toes, Simonson.
I love this scene from They Live, because he's all like, you look normal. This going here,
real fucking
little ugly.
You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
Fucking great scene.
Awesome stuff.
Look, she looks normal, but she's real ugly.
Formaldehyde face.
Formaldehyde face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
to admit, like, I do prefer the Escape from New York over the other one. That's one that a lot of people that didn't like that one. Mars, what is it? Mars something? Alien from Mars.
Ghost of Mars, yeah.
Ghost of Mars, yeah.
I really like the concept. It's the delivery, I think, that was the problem.
I think what it is that it was one of those ones that it had like a big budget and the cast was kind of forced on him, and you know what I mean. I kind of think that's one of those stories because it was
technically an all-star cast for them.
It seemed like something that had a great concept and he really would have wanted to do, but then the execution, and then like I don't know. I mean, direction does not necessarily mean you have final edit. You know what I mean?
No.
So because that's why they have the director's cuts all these days now. You know what I mean? So it's very possible that they Hollywood cut that shit and turned it to garbage.
I read the screenplay before it came out, and it was a good script. It was really shamelessly derivative of Planet of the Vampires. It's the same exact story, right? But it was good. And then I watched the movie and I was like, what the fuck happened from page to screen? It was just
Hollywood happened, my friends.
Yeah,
Hollywood
exactly.
Yeah. Studio executives who polled some teens, and the teens said they want to see Ice Cube, slap a hoe or whatever.
Right. Well,
Like it's horrible.
well, now they've
Marilyn
actually
Manson. No, that's
No,
no.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Alice
Sorry.
Cooper.
Yeah.
the
The
original.
Godfather.
Yeah, the original,
Of
yeah.
Marilyn Manson.
Yep. Yeah.
He's awesome. He's a straight up Republican as it gets.
Dude, he's an amazing guy. I met him a few times. Fucking
Really?
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking awesome. I met him like a fan expo once, and one of my friends paid like the $350 to have like the meeting in private with him, stuff like that.
Cool.
So they're all in line waiting to go in, right? Me, I'm sitting at a table just drawing. I'm just there
Yeah.
drawing, waiting. Like I'm a fan, but I'm not gonna pay $350 to go
Yeah,
meet him in
fuck
person.
that.
Fuck that shit.
No way.
So I'm sitting there at the fucking table, and all I see is it's like 5 big bouncers walking out with him following, and I'm like, just walks in front of me, looks at my stuff, starts talking with me for like 15 minutes, then goes to the bathroom, goes back in, and goes, "Are you gonna be going to my show later?" I go, "Not here, but I got tickets for Montreal." He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, it's my first time I'm gonna see that I'm gonna get to see you there." He goes, "But I was told that you don't play Poison anymore." He goes, "Nah, not really. I got fed up with it. It's my favorite song. Do you at least play I started naming out the song. I go, "Yeah, I play those." So the day that we went there, I was like in front. He saw at me, he pointed at me, and he turns around and he starts playing Poison, and I was like, "Fucking A!"
Oh. Holy
Hail,
shit!
hail, Alice Cooper. Hail,
That dude,
Alice
he's fucking
Cooper.
amazing.
That's
Yeah,
badass.
what's what was
best.
yeah, Alice Cooper has like probably a billion stories like that about him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
he's
really, I
fucking
mean,
great, dude.
Genuinely good dude.
I actually have not met Alice Cooper, but I hope someday they have the opportunity because he seems like somebody that would be interesting to
Yes.
have a conversation with.
He's great. Like I'm telling you, dude. Yeah.
And I recommend
Best.
Monster Dog, which is a movie that he made with Claudio Fragasso of Troll 2 fame.
I think I saw that one. Oh
I love
man,
that movie.
Dude,
It's
his-
trash.
Christine.
His music
Mhm.
videos were
I thi-
epic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even just his music videos. In fact, some of his music videos were so over the top, MTV wouldn't play them.
Well, his stage shows were like,
Well, his stage shows were insane. They were like
It's
Broadway
insane.
performance levels. Yeah.
It's beheaded
Yeah.
on stage and shit. It was amazing.
Yeah. And I remember like seeing this this chick picking up his severed head and staring at it, and it's spitting blood in her face.
I saw Christine before I saw Halloween.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw Halloween like on Devil's Night, the night before Halloween that year.
Mhm.
Like I actually managed to convince my mom to take me to see it.
I remember the first time I watched Halloween, like,
awesome.
I had
I-
seen some part, but I've never watched the movie entirely.
You know,
Really?
what-
Halloween.
The
When
first
you,
Halloween, not as a
yeah.
kid. Come on out.
They-
have,
the
have,
baby-
have you guys, you know what? One of the things about John Carpenter movies that I love that he does is that he uses the same actors over and over again. And then you
Yeah.
like sometimes, and unless you're like hardcore, you know what I mean? You don't realize it. Because when I was first watching Carpenter movies, the first time I saw most of them, you know what I mean? I wasn't hardcore Carpenter fan. You know what I mean? And then it's like later as I got older and got more into filmmaking, I started being a hardcore Carpenter fan. And I was like, wait, this dude's in this movie, and then he's in this movie. You know
Tom
what I mean?
Atkins. Tom
Yeah.
Atkins, man, is the man. He's the boss. He's a fucking stud. Within like what 20 minutes of The Fog, he's already banged Jamie Lee Curtis that he picked up hitchhiking.
Guy's a fucking player.
Yeah,
It's
he
all in
is.
the mustache.
Yeah,
All in the
man.
mustache.
Yeah,
Memoirs of an he did Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, no
Yeah.
wonder I thought that movie was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if it holds up now. I haven't seen it in a long time, but
I like the fact that he's not just tied to horror. He did some fantasy, some.
Oh yeah, he wanted to do a western too.
Yep.
El Diablo was a script that had been going around for a while, which had a
Well,
great,
come on, let's
great
be
part
real.
for Kurt Russell.
The Thing almost is a western. It's just in the fucking snow with an alien.
Oh
You know
well,
what I mean?
Assault on Precinct 13 is a direct, sort of directly inspired by the Howard Hawks movies, like Rio Bravo.
Right.
mm,
Yeah. So I mean, basically, he like, I mean, you know, I'm a, you know, obviously you guys are big Carpenter fans too. We're all big Carpenter fans. You know that, but like his style and approach to filmmaking is probably the one that I have like studied the closest. And like when I think of how to do something, I look at how he did. Yeah, no, but I mean, I seriously look at, well, everyone studies, but I mean, everybody studies other filmmakers too. You know what I mean? But like, we all have our favorite choice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was just making a joke, miss. I pointed out that a lot of people are ripping him off lately.
Oh yeah, especially a lot of filmmakers coming out of England right now. Attack the Block is
Yep.
like it's a Carpenter movie. The Raid Redemption, that's a Carpenter movie. Dread is a Carpenter
Yes.
movie.
Yes, when I watched
That's why
it,
they're
that's
so
the
good.
feeling I had. Yeah, I know, right?
I love those movies.
Right? I mean,
The slow mo that was freaking like.
Oh, in the theater in 3D, that looked amazing, man. That looked amazing. But I remember watching that in the theater and thinking, like, holy shit, this is like something made from the 80s.
It makes you feel high.
Yeah.
It's weird. It does.
Did you guys see, like, not too long ago where some magazine reported, like, I think they did John Carpenter's birthday, and they were just like, it's too bad he's dead. And, like, John Carpenter on Twitter was like, no, I'm alive, guys. What's up? That pissed me off. Man. It pissed me off because this guy's so influential and he's such a great filmmaker, and it's like
he's never going to
we're forgetting his influence too much. Except, like I said, it seems like people are remembering it a lot now. We're seeing it in other movies
and hearing it too. And hearing it too.
What it is we actually live in an era because of filmmaking. I think that the art forms and also because of music and the mediums like the internet and
well, you know why, right?
Let me finish what I'm saying, dude. I think we live in an era where because we can digest the mediums frequently and by a vast number while the artists are still alive, you know what I mean? We've come to a situation instead of appreciating artists after they're dead, we appreciate them while they're still alive. And I think that, that's something that's really not, like maybe 50 to, 75 years old. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean,
but we also talk shit about them while they're alive now.
Yeah,
too.
I was going to say, don't forget
them mean tweets.
That he was, he was technically like canceled from Hollywood for a while because he was one of the first one that expressed himself that he was not happy with how Hollywood was dealing and the things that was going on there. He expressed himself pretty strongly upon it. And he technically retired from making movies. He did make a statement like that, and he concentrated on his music for a while.
Yeah.
And then he came back with The Ward, which was not good and it was a failure.
Yeah. It was disappointing. It was disappointing. I think his career as a filmmaker is over. At the same time, I would rather he stop making films than pull a Dario Argento, who has made so many bad films now that they actually outnumber his great ones.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why he stuck, because it was too commercialized.
Yeah. Yeah. His like Argento's legacy is fucked now. The guy also made at least 3 classics, right? But he made so many bad films. If you tell people, hey, go check out Dario Argento, they're going to watch one of his movies from the last 20 years, and they're going to watch a piece of shit, unfortunately.
Nah, they won't. They'll just watch Suspiria. That's what's happening right now.
They'll watch the remake.
I'm introducing, they might watch the remake, but if you're a good guy, and you're dating a chick who only grew up on the remake, show her their originals.
Yes.
She'll appreciate them.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't date. Yeah, no, I have a certain test for chicks where, it's like, okay, we're watching some Mario Bava, we're watching some Fulci, we're watching some Argento, and they don't know they're being tested, but they're being tested.
Just look at that shot, dude. The angle and the way that the distortion on the lens there, the fisheye effect does with the background, just the way that it's taken, like it looks distorted. And it gives you that weird vibe that they're trying to give you, especially with that guy's look. It's like, what the fuck?
It's a very high. It's an intense, unnatural kind of feel.
That's what visual storytelling is all about. It's not just about saying it. They say it. You don't have to. You show it instead of saying it.
Are we gonna just do general talk about them, or should we maybe pick a movie and focus on it, and then move to another movie, or?
We could do that. We've actually just been kind of getting it all out because we've been just gushing this last. So I figured this was the perfect backdrop for that. It's just a good mix of Carpenter films, and I was like, this will just let this play on silent while we just
there's so many.
Gush.
There's so many.
Brian, did you get the same vibe as me when you watched From Dusk Till Dawn? It's it was an extension of freaking vampires. It was the same type of vampires. Yeah.
Also, you notice that there's the Asian kid in that is wearing a T-shirt that says Precinct 13.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was definitely Carpenter fan.
Shonada.
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little
Jack
China.
Burton.
Holy shit.
Me.
Oh, dude, I love that movie since I've. Oh.
Yeah.
That movie's so good. And
Oh.
I can't believe how many kung fu fights I had with my friends while watching the movie as a kid. Like, we'd lay on a blanket and just be like, "Wah!" You know, and beat the hell out of each other. It was fun.
A little
but, like,
trivia.
Jack
It's
Burton-
it's the final fight where it's trampoline fight after trampoline fight, like when they jump in the midair with the holding their fingers in
Harder
front for
wall.
protection and.
Yeah, yeah.
so cool. It was such cool fight choreo. I had never seen any kind of fighting like that in anything. I was just like, that's awesome.
And he almost got canceled when this came out because there was an Asian American community that came out and was trying to prevent this movie from being screened.
Why?
And they hadn't seen it, and they were just like, well, this is racist towards Chinese people. And if you watch the movie, you'd be like, what?
No, it was
It's all
it
about
wasn't-
culture.
it
It's all
wasn't-
about appreciation.
It wasn't racist, but it was over the top stereotypical. But it was supposed to be over the top stereotypical because they were going after these old myths that existed.
Yeah,
These
but
were-
they do the same with the Americans. That's the
Well,
thing that I think it's
hero-
stupid. People don't pay attention to it, but
right.
dude, Jack Burton is a stereotype.
No, totally.
Yes.
No. See, it was totally a bullshit argument because because it was a lot of stereotypes in there. There were the reporter was a stereotype, the way that she was like the overly anxious, type, strong woman. It was totally, the whole thing was stereotyped. But it was done that way on purpose. It was a great. It was a great movie. It was written with a theme, and the theme was strong. He didn't back down from doing the 1-2 punch on that shit. He really upset the Asian community because he mocked. He did like takeoffs of actual myths.
He's the only one that pulled off the flying kung fu in the U.S.
Yeah, but he did take the
wire fu.
Yeah.
Well, they were real concepts that he took and like sensationalized them. You know what I mean? Gave them different names and stuff, and so like there was a lot of offense on how people thought they were making fun of their myths.
We have Raiden in Mortal
I
Kombat
think
because of that movie.
Yeah.
I think he did it to piss off. I think he totally did it to trample Chinese people. And I think he made this entire movie to just set them back and put them where they belong and just laugh at them and laugh at them.
And
Dude, the movie's
Carpenter-
badass. It made me appreciate Chinese people more,
Exactly.
It was over the top awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
But people
supposed to
didn't
be a
get it.
fantasy. It was supposed to be a fun fantasy.
But
I like how it opens with him playing cards with his friend.
Yeah.
It's important to note. It's important to note that the screenplay wasn't written by Carpenter. It was written by a guy named W.D. Richter.
Yeah, and it was
who is
supposed
the
to be a
same
sequel
guy.
to Bakaru Banzai.
It was going to be like a western actually, but he had written Buckaroo Banzai and directed Buckaroo Banzai, and Big Trouble in Little China was written as a western, right? And all Carpenter did was he just moved everything up to the modern day because it was much cheaper to make than a period piece, and period pieces are like notoriously expensive.
If you want to do them good, yeah, they are.
Yeah, I read that the first draft was supposed to be a sequel to Bakaru Banzai.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what I read, that it was supposed to be
That's
a sequel that got abandoned, and Carpenter fell on the script and reworked.
Yeah, that's great.
No wonder the character of Jack Burton is pretty much just Kurt Russell. I mean, that's
Well, and here's the thing. The concept of the movie is that it's from the point of view, not of the hero, but of the sidekick. Only he doesn't know that he's the sidekick. He thinks that he's the hero. The
That's
Asian dude is not the sidekick. He's
the hero.
Yeah.
Wang.
However, that movie, although it bombed at the box office, I saw it twice in the theater, of course, and was a critical failure. It blew the fuck up on home video. Holy shit.
Everyone has it.
Everybody has it.
Right.
Everybody's has it. Everybody's seen it. Kurt Russell himself said every time I go to the video store, the guys there would be like, dude, you know what movie we can't keep in the store? Big Trouble in Little China. Can't keep it in the store. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out.
It's fucking amazing.
That's when you order. That's when you order more copies.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Man, that chick's so hot. And Christine.
Yeah. She was in. Yeah, she was in. She was one of the Baywatch babes.
She became a Baywatch babe later. Yeah. But
Well,
man, and Christine, she's just next level, like American Pie, like badassery. She's got that voice.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
think she was one of my first crush.
She's hot, man.
Dude. She looks like the singer in this moment.
This right here, this is like a classic Carpenter like built shot. You know what I mean? It's simple, with light in the back. Just simple light in the back. This is classic epic Carpenter right here.
Dudes, 4 months ago, not 4 months ago, like before the COVID, right? I went to the local Alamo Draft House. They were showing this in 4K.
Oh,
and
really?
Let me tell you, it was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. And this scene in particular, those like mummy-like hands breaking through the fucking stained glass and like reaching. Oh man, it looked absolutely wonderful.
Just so everybody knows, that would be a very expensive thing to do if you actually made the stained glass to be broken, because obviously it'd have to be candy glass to some degree. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, because stained glass is a time-consuming, expensive process, and
candy these days.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding, but still, the candy glass, man, it's expensive. But no, you're right.
You can make candy glass. It's it's just sugar and starch and shit.
But candy glass that looks like that, damn.
Well, that's just that. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Candy.
Yeah, because there's no way they framed it and then poured the candy glass. They had to actually cut the candy glass pieces and then put them into unless they did it in pieces. I mean, obviously you can't tell exactly how they did it, but I just know what goes into stained glass.
Drew, what's your favorite Carpenter film?
My favorite Carpenter film? That's
gotta be Big Trouble, right? Come on, Drew. It's gotta be Big Trouble.
It's between Big Trouble and The Thing. The Thing is like so intense. It has so much going on.
His masterpiece. But
it's hard for me to say because it's really if my mood is different, I'll want a different thing. Because I'll have moods where I want to watch nothing but Christine. I'll have moods where I want to fucking watch Big Trouble in Little China, and it'll fucking be the right thing. I'll have moods where it's Prince of Darkness. I'll have moods that Escape from LA. I'll have moods that Escape from New York. I'll have, you know what I mean? And Escape from New York is a fucking serious mood because that's when you sit down and you get lost in, man. Yes. You know what I mean?
That's probably my personal favorite. But the point you're making is
they live.
Mood, whatever your mood is, Carpenter's got you covered.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet side,
except he doesn't have any. Starman is a sweet side, but it's still he's never done. No, I got to take that back because he even did romantic comedy with fucking Memoirs of an Invisible Man. So,
and biopic. Don't forget, the same year that Halloween came out, he also came out with 2 TV movies. One of which was Elvis, starring
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
And that what was it, Buddy?
That's how they met.
Oh, Buddy Bag, wasn't it?
That was much later. Yeah, that was like I think 93, maybe. Yeah, which I really didn't like personally. I don't think there was a good story in there, but some people really like it. So what do I know?
I love that Big Trouble in Little China theme song at the end, man. That thing
was a music video.
In Little China.
There was a music video. Yeah, Carpenter.
We gotta run. Yeah, that's a cool tune. Something else about him that was always interesting to me is he does his own music and it becomes like part of his film's flavor, man.
Yes.
Like you can tell it's Carpenter before you even see it because you'll hear the tunes sometimes. And I just think that's badass, man. When I make comics, like I want to be really hands-on in every little aspect of setting tone.
Me too.
And you know what I mean? And like I design all the characters and it's like everything has to be like set up the right way, and the fact that he does his music is just, I don't know, makes me like him more.
As a kid, other kids were worshiping rock stars. I was worshiping him. And the fact that he was that triple threat, that he wrote his films, he directed his films, he scored his films, you could honestly put his name on the movie and say, John Carpenter's fill in the
Whatever.
blank.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, which he didn't write or direct.
Well, you know that they
I thought
did
he had directed it.
No.
You know that a lot of those movies, when they did the 17-year run, they re-released with John Carpenter as to reset the title. You know what I mean? So they actually did that so that they were able to make the movies legally binding again to some degree. So.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why there's so many movies like after they were like you'll know like I mean you can really like look like they did them in groups in some places, but like the years that they were re-released as John Carpenter's whatever, and then they're listed as that as the title, so it's really weird.
Oh, interesting. And here we're looking at Dark Star, which was, as I said, John Carpenter's senior thesis at UCLA Film School.
Miss Gracie Law.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was in the same class as John Milius, George Lucas, and
No way.
Steven Spielberg. I might be.
No way.
I think.
That'd be something.
Yeah, man.
And Francis Ford Coppola was in there.
Yes. Yep.
And John Milius would like talk crap to them and call them a bunch of liberal hippie wimps.
Yeah, but the only reason John Milius is a Republican is because he wanted to be contrary. Because John Carpenter, for instance, total lefty. All those other filmmakers, total lefty. So he's just like, well, they're all on the left, so I got to go to the right.
Oh, I thought he was like just a real deal, like over the top conservative type dude.
No,
he was just being a bitch.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, and my God, man, he
took it kind of far.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Because he was straight up running around with guns and shit, and like he made a movie called Red Dawn. He made Red Dawn, and he was just like, the commies are coming.
Yep.
Awesome, man. That movie rules. I'm a John Milius fan.
Man. I am too. He's the guy who should have directed Starship Troopers.
Yeah, he would have nailed it.
Because he would have been like down with the fascism. The militarism. He would have been like, that's the movie that we should have gotten. We should have gotten a movie that was satirizing the novel rather than adapting.
Oh no, I love Starship Troopers.
Absolutely.
It was supposed to be a satire, but it was badass. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, all I'm saying is Aliens is more like Starship Troopers than Starship Troopers. They even say at one point, going on another bug hunt.
I love those Aliens Marines. They're amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, yeah.
I trip out that the tough chick in the Aliens movie, the Marine chick, was the same chick that was in Terminator 2 was the
stepmom,
the foster mother. Yeah.
Jeanette Goldstein. She's also in Near Dark, playing opposite Lance Henriksen.
Check out. Did you see that? Did you see all that computer stuff you were just frozen on? Like that was cool. Like that is something you see a lot in Carpenter films. He loves this stuff. He loves the and the 80s was such a technological boom. Like suddenly there's like big screen TVs in homes. There's VCRs. There's arcades. Like
because the microchip, right?
Yeah, there's this technological boom in the 80s and CDs and everything. And his work in that era just really embraces that and has that feel of like 80s tech is awesome and full of all these buttons and cool shiny stuff. So yeah.
Well, I think it's cool because you can look at it now, understanding what tech really looks like, and you can see that there's like just pieces of paper taped there as if they were big buttons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, this was
and right behind them, there's two. You see the two circles, like it's fucking obviously reel to reel. You know what I mean? Going on up there.
Yeah. Seriously, Dark Star is basically a home movie, but it's a really well made one, and it even got a theatrical release.
That's cool.
It was considered good enough.
I just had to go back to the epic shot. Now, obviously, this is a classic Carpenter angle. There, the opposite sitting like that. The positioning and theming. That's awesome. But then this next scene is just this right here. This is something that I only first saw like done really well with Carpenter, where he engages a room from outside the room. You know what I mean? A lot of people have done it, but Carpenter really fucking like perfected it.
And you got to give props to his director of photography, Dean Cundey, who went on to work on like really, really big movies. He was the guy that was responsible for that Panaglide, that serpentine kind of camera work that you see in Carpenter's movies. Yeah. Assault on Precinct 13, man. Saw this when I was a kid, and it blew my mind. Recorded it on my VCR and watched it over and over and over, literally.
Yeah,
like
it's one of those
every day.
It's one of those ones I have a hard time passing when it comes on cable. I'm
man.
Oh, I might just lose 2 hours right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good, man. And also a financial and critical failure. But it did get the attention of Mario Casar, who then hired him to direct his movie, The Babysitter Murders, which became Halloween. I think Assault on Precinct 13 also actually, I think there were like a couple of critics that liked it here. And then he found out years later that it had gotten a great response. It was very popular in France.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be like big, but like only in a small, like southern part of France.
There is a French remake of it too.
Well, the beautiful thing,
yep.
the beautiful thing about the movie industry today, I mean, especially like COVID really emphasized that, is international.
Yeah,
is actually big money. You can make a movie in the United States, you know what I mean, for like $100,000 and make maybe 40 million in sales if you get on the big screen, before it goes to DVD or whatever. But then international, that could easily become 120.
Oh my God! Especially the Chinese market,
Chinese, India, the entire UK. You know what I mean? Now Russia, obviously, the international market has gotten extremely huge, and they don't produce the level of content that we produce because they just don't have the exposure to it that we have. So like maybe in 20 or 30 years, when they develop the like an equal level of exposure, like the kids grow up watching the shit that we grow up watching, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
When they have the equal level of exposure, you're going to see shit coming out of there. And then
Korea right now is killing it. Oh my God. Korea is just fucking boom, 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 especially with the horror. And Germany now is back, boom, 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 fucking awesome fucking shows like Dark on Netflix. I think streaming video is what's really now exposing people to art from like all over the world.
Yeah.
And oh, it's fantastic. I love it, man. And it makes me happy, and it makes me excited. That's the way that it should be. That's the way the world should be. We should all be grooving on each other's stuff. The way that we eat different kinds of food, like, if you go to a Korean restaurant, Thai food, Mexican, whatever. Now it's just like, let's check out each other's stuff. Now, a lot of us have been following art, movies and comics and shit from around the world like all of our lives, but a lot of people, Americans in general, have been like very closed off. But now those barriers are breaking down thanks to Netflix.
There you go.
Yeah, tons of foreign stuff on Netflix.
Man, everybody appreciate Carpenter before he's gone. Like, this guy has an amazing body of work. These are all such good movies.
He's never, ever, ever going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. It's never going to happen.
No,
never going to.
He's been fighting with them for years. He hates the Hollywood machine.
Yeah.
And he's going to be remembered, and he's going to be beloved through these movies, and he's going to keep influencing new artists.
Oh my God, yes.
It's too good.
I know. And that's the thing. He's given us a body of work that we can enjoy for the rest of our lives. Like Drew was saying, he's got whatever your mood is, he's got you covered.
Does anyone have know what his influences were? What
Howard
gave him?
Hawks. Howard
Okay,
Hawks.
so classic filmmaker,
Yeah.
westerns. Yeah.
Howard Hawks, in particular, Rio Bravo, El Dorado, which is a favorite movie of mine, and of course, The Thing from Another World, which has lots of snappy banter. Then, of course, bottom shelf Carpenter. What do you think is Carpenter's worst film? Because he doesn't have that many. I think he's only got like 3 turkeys.
Jeez.
Actually, no, 4 turkeys.
You can't include the first one. So Dark Star is off limits on that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's off limits. So I would have to say The Ward would be the turkey.
For me, it's that horrible, completely unnecessary Village of the Damned remake that he did. It has no reason for existing. None whatsoever. And it's just dead inside. Ghost of Mars, I thought was really bad.
I thought The Ward was worse than Ghost of Mars. I would have gone. I was thinking between the two of those in my mind.
Ward is the worst.
Yeah, some people Ghost of Mars has its defenders. There are people who do like it.
I would say that those people are probably like serious metalheads, because the whole soundtrack is nothing but like metal, right?
Yeah, well, it's got
it's like a constant like metal thing. It's like this movie's great.
Count me into that one. To me, it's it's a night candy. It's a gore fest. Like I said, I just like the concept of it. The delivery is like all the acting. Like what's her name? The girl that did Foxy Brown or something. Even her acting was shit.
Greer, yeah.
You had
I love Pam Grier.
The other girl from Species there. I forgot her name too.
Natasha something.
Natasha something. Yeah.
Natasha
she was shit. She was
shit.
She has
she has a fantastic set of breasts.
The only one that brought his game there. The only one that brought his game there was Statham. And that's it. And he's the one that sold the goddamn thing for me. Like that's the only reason why I think it's okay. It's not his worst movie.
Do you know who he originally wanted to cast in that? He wanted to cast Courtney Love. But he wasn't sure. Like I think the producers were like iffy about whether or not she'd be clean. So they passed. They told her like, yeah, we're not gonna go with her. Fuck that. And they went with Natasha Henstridge instead, who's very, very pretty, but is just very sort of there.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not a Ghost of Mars guy. That's my bad one of Carpenter's. Can't get through it. Don't care about it very much. Kind of don't think about it when I think about him.
I mean, it's the word. I can't stand it.
But think about this. How many turkeys has he had? We can count them on one hand.
All right. So wait. Have you guys seen the Dirty Harry movie called The Deadpool? Where basically they're like, it's not John Carpenter, but the whole thing is supposedly like surrounding John. It like mimics John Carpenter like so much the film character that they're trying to character. Yeah, Liam. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. The weird thing about the Deadpool is that it's just like, why is this a Dirty Harry movie? It should have been like a TV film.
Yeah, it felt like more like a different. Yeah, it didn't feel very Dirty Harry, but
not at all.
Yeah, but it was a decent film. I thought it was. I still can't stop laughing when I fucking hear fucking Guns N' Roses and fucking Jim Carrey singing. That kills me. But supposedly a lot of the stuff that they used in the writing of that movie were like legends or stories that surrounded Carpenter movies. So
that's interesting. Did not know that.
Like there's even a story, again, I'm quoting because it's just a story. These are the kind of things you hear, that John Carpenter actually had a Deadpool going with some people, and that's where like the idea of this movie came from.
Oh shit. Yeah. Interesting. I know some people that are down with those. That's way too fucking macabre for me. I'm way too superstitious. It's just like bad juju.
Yeah, for me, I'd have to pay way too much attention to other people's lives to be involved in something like that. So it's just too much of a personal investment for me to.
It would be easy though. You just pick every like professional wrestler, every old professional wrestler.
Yeah, but I mean, there's junkies, there's just straight, straight sport, idiots. There's all kinds of people out there. I mean, there's
You know who's not on there? You know who's not on anybody's Deadpool? Keith Richards.
Yeah, not anymore.
There's gonna be like a nuclear holocaust, and he's still gonna be hanging out. Him and a bunch of cockroaches.
It's in like a fucking 100 years, he's gonna have the record of the oldest living man ever.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? He's gonna outlive the Chinese guy that was 152 that died right before him or some shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's just gonna outlive everybody. And like Keith Richards, he's like the oldest living man ever. That's gonna. It's like,
we're gonna find out that he's like that Mr. Burn thing. He has all the disease and all the thing at same time, so it makes him immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out that he injected himself so many times that he ended up like pickling himself, and he's just like a zombie.
He snorted his father's ashes. Maybe maybe that had something to do with it. By the way, folks, in the chat, we are following you. Sorry, we haven't been acknowledging you a lot. Yes, Thomas Salinas, I agree. The Fog is underrated. I really didn't care for it that much when it first came out. Critics slammed it. But you look at it now, like I said, I watched it in a beautiful 4K transfer, and it was freaking awesome. It's one of those Carpenter movies that I appreciated only later in life.
So like a lot of Carpenter's movies got slammed, even the really, really good ones.
Yes.
And I think it's because a lot of what Carpenter did was ahead of his time.
Yes.
Like you had to be a little bit of an intellectual. You had to have some brain power and some creative and some artistic understanding to get what was going on, or else you might be bored. In some parts, you'd be like, what's going on?
But they thought, the people giving it the bad reviews in Hollywood thought they were more intellectual than these movies and thought of them as probably like hokey, cheesy, blue-collary, like garbage, probably.
It wasn't a romance novel, so.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's something that's just so refreshingly, like when you watch stuff today and then you go back and watch a Carpenter movie, you're like, damn, movies used to have balls. Like Carpenter did masculine movies with awesome masculine characters, and they kicked ass. Like,
Carpenter didn't do masculine characters to have masculine characters. Carpenter didn't, obviously he's a fucking way liberal. He just didn't want to fucking shortchange the art. So he would do everything he did. He would do it to a slight extreme. There was never a subtle underplay. It was always over.
And in Vampires, I remember when that came out, it was like 98, 99. That was a direct fuck you to political correctness.
Yep.
Especially, not Sherilyn Fenn, what's her face? From the guy, the chick who played Laura Palmer in Twin Peaks, getting fucking smacked around a lot in that movie. And it was clearly, like, I remember before I saw it, like a friend of mine in the Gossy, this chick was just like, "Oh, Brian, you're gonna love this. It's so on PC. It's just like chicks getting smacked around and just treated like trash."
You're gonna love it. They beat the shit out of all the chicks, man.
It's fucking awesome. Movies with balls. It's about time.
Yeah, man.
So, God. I mean, if chicks want to fight, they can get beat up too, right? And on film, is that allowed? I don't know.
Yeah.
But my friend, or
as long as they don't get punched in the face,
right?
Someone who used to be my friend, he actually owns Christine. Like, he owns a Christine car.
One of the ones that was used, or the
no, it wasn't used, but it's the same model.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't have like an actual film prop. He knows the story of it because he's like a Christine fanatic. I mean, he drives the car. He was insane for that movie, and we'd get drunk at night and he'd watch it and just be like all into it and like, yes, my fucking movie, And then we'd go cruising in his car, which, like, it's a pretty flashy flashy thing. So like at some point, chicks are gonna pull up next to you. So that's cool. Until my friend opens his mouth, dude. That guy's so socially inept. These girls like pulled up and they're like, "We really love your car," and he just started talking and he's like, "Thank you very much." And you watch their lady boners on their face just drop, like right in front of us, drop. And I was like, "Yep, that's my buddy." But like we always had fun. We always, chilling, talking horror. He's got an awesome horror collection. I love that. Like we got to cruise in that car, but yeah, it's not, you got to just let go of the lady boner inspiration because it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, Bronson Gorilla says it was, I was going to say a 57 Plymouth Fury, but Bronson Gorilla says it was a 58 Plymouth Fury.
Yeah, no, it's a 58.
It is.
It's a 1958 Plymouth Fury. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I actually,
like
while you guys are talking, I was doing my little car searches, but I'm not like searching for pictures. I'm actually looking to see what the sale rate is right now on these things. I'm actually looking how many are for sale. So,
it's actually in the car that they used for the movie there was no such thing as a Fury, right?
Yes, no,
So,
it was.
There was?
Yeah.
Okay,
that
well,
was the
like
Fury.
from what I heard, there wasn't this model, or it didn't exist. It was made up by Stephen King, and then for John Carpenter's movie, they used a 58 Plymouth something Belvedere. I can't remember.
Belvedere is the common model here. We can have this discussion because
that's what my friend has.
Yeah, the Belvedere.
So yeah. So like he had like the same type of car used for the movie, but whatever. I don't know. It's all weird technical stuff.
Maybe it's the one they used for the crushing part.
Yeah.
I think they had about 17 of those, and they fucked those up for the most of them.
Because it was an actual car, but they did enhance some features on it on the other one in the movie.
Gotcha. Greg says, I don't want to see women beat up. I hate those female-led action movies because of it. I don't mind seeing women getting beat up in movies. I just can't watch like female boxing. I can't watch real like violence, even though I've got nothing against friends of mine, that like watching female MMA. But I remember like watching this one clip of this female MMA fighter's ear. It just exploded during the fight, and she wanted to keep fighting. And the ref is like, dude, like. Your ear is hanging like by a thread. Oh God! Yeah,
dude. I have only a certain amount of hours in the day when I'm not working. So like, if I'm gonna look at women, it's not gonna be them ripping each other's ears off.
No.
Okay, so this is a Fury. Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
This tails.
All right.
Man.
Now.
Yeah, it looks like Christine.
Yeah, sure.
That's a Fury. Now I'll show you the major difference here. Is not that major, right? So like that's a Fury, which is a Christine car, and this is a Belvedere, which is almost a Christine car.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
the back, it's the wing in the back that doesn't raise as much. It doesn't have
different white.
Look at the tail wing. Look at the way that look at the headlights.
The bender.
Yeah, but that's what they used in the movie.
No, they used a Fury.
No,
they used
that. They used that. They used
the Fury.
They used the Fury.
Yeah, they used about like 17. Like I said, like 17 of them.
Yeah, they couldn't get the Furies, but they could get the Belvederes, man.
We're gonna have to have a knife fight over this. I think.
No, just
look it up. I don't care. I don't care if I'm wrong. Like
in the actual movie, it was a Fury that they used. That actually had I think they had 6 of them.
No, that's what it is in the book. He's supposed to be driving a Fury, but in the movie they could get Belvederes.
No, they said it that they had to get a different model for the destruction part for the pieces and this like that because they were not going to destroy it.
Well, I've also heard people say that the 58 Plymouth Fury is an ugly car. It looks badass to me, but with the red and the fishtails and everything like that.
The tail is a little taller on the Fury.
It starts earlier too. Like the other ones at the end, it seems more squarish, while the other one starts at the end of the hood. With the last window.
They're just slightly different. They look
looks like a Batmobile.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Still not as awesome as a 57 Chevy, though. That's my dream car right there.
Yep.
Oh, actually, my real dream car would be like the V8 Interceptor from the Mad Max movies. There's
Yeah,
a
me
guy,
too.
See?
right? There's a guy in
too.
Australia who has a business where he converts people's cars into like the V8 Interceptor. It's like, okay, do you want
gaudy
it?
ass fins, man.
Right?
Boom.
Yeah, man. Oh, look at that.
Big old fins.
Yeah, man. Fucking beautiful, man. Nice big trunk for dumping bodies in.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, man.
That's one of the
a lot
things that I like.
gangsters.
Did you guys ever read a comic book called Body Bag? Yeah, it was by Pearson, and
No.
it's a guy that's an assassin, and he discovered that he had a daughter. She shows up to his door, and she wants to be an assassin like his dad.
Uh-huh.
And he has a big freaking Impala type of style, but like a mix of Impala and this, right? Like an old fucking car.
Yeah.
And the suitcase is so big, he opens it up, puts bodies in there, closes it down, and as he drives, it melts them with the acid and disperses the acid on the street.
Oh,
as he drives.
I gotta remember that trick. That's fucking genius, man. That's awesome. Who is this
Yeah.
by again?
Jason Pearson. It's called Body Bag.
Is this from the 80s or is this like
90s? In the 90s, it was
Okay.
an image.
Oh, wow. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now, in fact.
Cooperating. I was trying to show another picture from this angle. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find it this way.
Let's see. Now, what do you think is the most neglected of the John Carpenter movies? The
Yeah,
one
this,
that
is, this is a Belvedere. Do you guys
In the Mouth of Madness. I
You
think
see
it's
the- you see the
it's very
difference?
underrated.
I agree.
like the biggest, most obvious difference when you're looking at the backs of them is how the back window is treated and the fins themselves. Like if you look at this one, you see how it has this thick white right here, and the Fury has a more of a slope versus a boxy thing. Like it comes down this way instead of straight down. You see what I'm saying? Like the Belvedere has the window that goes across, and the back window is boxy, whereas the
Yeah. So they used Belvedere. It's like how you use a body double in a movie. They use Belvederes to be like a Fury for certain shots.
see how the Fury
They're
see how the
similar
window,
enough.
you see the window doesn't wrap around here, and the back comes down.
Yeah, they're different. The
very,
fins are
very
different.
similar, but yeah,
The lines on the side are different.
Mhm.
Like they have a lot of little differences, but yeah, that's why they use the Belvedere as a body double. They used, yeah, they
I
used
can
another
see them.
type.
I
too.
can see them.
friend.
I can see them doing that. I mean,
Don't tell your friend, Vaughn. Let him dream.
Let him like because like he knew how many they had used of the Belvedere too. I was just like, okay, nerd. Like I don't know. No, I love horror facts like that. I just can't remember all of his awesome pristine ones.
Greg says Starman for when I asked, his most underrated, underappreciated movie, and I gotta agree with that. I think that's I think that's
that is a fantastic movie that more or less stands the test of time.
It really does.
Yeah, it really does. And it's one of probably the one that really made me fucking really dig Jeff Bridges.
Oh my God! One of his
Yeah.
best performances.
Right.
One of the greatest living American actors, without a fucking doubt. Yeah, and Carpenter grew up in Kansas, and he really captured like those wide open spaces of that area of America. It's a road movie basically, and one with a very very big heart. Love that movie.
Man, I need to watch that again because I really liked it. But it's been like forever since I watched it because it is very underrated. It's not one you think of.
The movie went over so well. They actually did a follow-up series of it. They actually did a TV series. I don't know how many seasons it went, but
I was going to say, yep, yeah. I was going to say it did spawn a TV series. So It definitely was successful, but it wasn't like a huge breakout hit or anything like that. Carpenter, he really never had one of those after Halloween and Escape from New York, unfortunately. And it's just like, he's the guy who made so many movies that were not appreciated when they came out and then blew up big, like, decades later when it wasn't going to do him any good.
Your kids are going to love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
He's like Marty McFly on the fucking stage doing a guitar solo.
Someday your kids are going to love it.
That's Dan O'Bannon, by the way, sunning himself. Dan O'Bannon, of course, the screenwriter who did Alien and was the writer and director of one of the greatest horror movies ever, Return of the Living Dead.
Oh.
Well, he didn't write Aliens. Aliens was written, I think, by James Cameron.
Yeah, O'Bannon
I think it was.
It was Michael Bannon, the scripter.
Dan O'Bannon?
Dan O'Bannon, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that he worked on that. Interesting. Yeah, he got the idea for Alien because he was living on a friend's couch and he didn't know if he was gonna, be homeless or
Screenplay James Cameron, Dan O'Bannon, and Ronald Shusett.
Oh, interesting. Or is it like based on characters created by? Because they'll sometimes put that in there too.
It just says screenplay.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes in LA especially, this is very, very common. You'll get two people who have great ideas and they will get a third person who is a writer. And they will be like, oh, this is what we want, this is what we want, this is what we want. And then that person will be the one that's responsible for fucking banging it all out. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he comes back to them and then they make their fucking notes and then they make him do it again. And sometimes it'll be a true collaboration where they'll fucking, make it a full-time, daily thing where they'll fucking sit over his shoulder and fucking while he bangs it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have been on the banging out side of that before, and I've seen it happen a whole mess of times. So it's really it is not a fun situation to sit with a bunch of writers, but you know what I mean, and hash out a bunch of ideas and then bang them out and then change them later and then I mean you think it would be fun. You think it'd be hella fun. I mean,
right?
Like kicking ideas out is fun, right?
Yeah, bouncing the ball back and forth. Yeah,
right. But then the person that has to actually put all that shit down on paper, that's the not fun.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
It's tough. You have to figure out ways to make it fun because it is grueling. Like you have to sit and you have to not look at porn and you have to write. It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough. So I'll take myself offline. Like I'll just take myself offline so I can just like get into my worlds.
I know some people that will before they start work on a script, they will uninstall every video game. I'm reasonably well disciplined. I get in a minimum an hour a day, and almost done for the script for Preston Aceveto's Nine Devils. Although that's gonna be long. I'm on page 87 right now.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome! I can't wait for that.
I hope so. We shall see. And then after that, I got to get to work on Simon's story, which is.
Dude, I love it, man. I love hearing all these jobs you got. That's badass.
Dude, it's crazy. It's really. I mean, one of my friends today was like, "Dude, it's not crazy. You've been busted. You busted your ass." But
Yeah.
I still feel kind of like I don't know, I don't know, the guy that's not supposed to be there.
What?
But that's cool because that means
You're not used to your name having clout, right?
Yeah. It's very weird. It's very weird.
This is a new career, man, for you. This is awesome. This is the world's calling you up.
Gratitude, man. Much gratitude there, without a freaking doubt.
I was actually hoping to be able to showcase a music video that I've been working on. It's kind of it's not really a horror thing, but it's kind of got like an 80s style metal band horror kind of theme to it. You know what I mean?
Was this the thing in the graveyard?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, bust that out if you feel like it.
Please.
well,
Hurry up before I have to leave.
I would.
Peace
I know
out,
you,
Simon.
see you, Simon.
No, as I said,
Simon.
hurry up before I have to leave.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
that
Yeah, Simon's here to see this.
I
shit.
want to. I want to. We're gonna have to do it like next week or something because
Okay, fair
enough.
because the edit that I had, my first release edit to the band, they wanted to change some of the things that, like, you know, that of course they had some changes.
They always
And
do.
obviously they come in and they go, you know what you did? It's freaking great. I love it. Like, but maybe you could change that.
Yeah.
It would be
No,
way better.
and the changes,
And the changes make it worse. Yeah.
they're straight vanity changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they,
gosh.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just so they can have something in it that I made them change that, and somebody's gonna tell them.
No,
That's the worst. That's the thing I hated the most about it.
No, it's more like somebody wants to put their, like another shot of themselves in there, and they like, well, this guy looks heavy in that shot, so we want to change the shot because this guy looks heavy, and that kind of
And then they could tell. Then they could tell.
Don't tell us that.
mistress. They could tell their mistress at the premiere. See that? What's on the screen? That's
I look
mine.
a little chunky in that shot. Remove it.
yeah.
Okay, dude. Well, I totally can feel you on this, brother. I work at film and I do video editing, and I know what it's like to deal with edits that you wouldn't even believe. Like, you can't have that in because it might be in the social consciousness right now because of something rather happened in the headlines, and you're just going, "Why is I have to edit around your insanity?"
I dabbled in there a little bit, and I went, "Fuck this shit." Like that's
it's tough. Yeah.
Well, if you're doing like a video for a band or something like that, the problem with that is you can take direction from one person, but if you're working with a fucking committee,
Oh God.
like Preston said that much love to the Grade 0.5 peeps. When he did that cover for them, he was just like, they were all hitting them with like something different. It's just like from now on, I'm only working with one person.
My boss, I had a boss for like a while who she just lost her mind recently and just left, which was just been kind of awesome. She was like having a mom, or like a substitute teacher come in and go, "Oh, good morning, and how was your morning? We have a few changes you want to make. I don't want to offend you." Like, she was always very PC and very stuffy and very like you need to get the stick out.
She talks like a
and
kindergarten
relax.
teacher.
Yeah, you feel like you're a child.
Yeah,
and I'm just going.
It's pasteurizing.
Man, I'm gonna put on.
It's patronizing.
Patronizing.
It is.
Sorry,
it is.
thank you.
It really is. It's really obnoxious, and you're just so sick of it. But like, finally one day, like, I don't know. I guess I outlasted her because like she lost it and was like, "I think I'll be going now," and like headed out. and everyone was like, "Security, like stay away from the building. Let her do her thing. Like let her get her turtlenecks. Let her go." And I was like, "Okay, I'm out. I'm out of the building." Like they were treating her like a potential shooter. I knew someone right, or like maybe she was just gonna beat us all with a ruler, like a crazy teacher. But like it was tough. It was like sad too in a way because like I tried to bond with her in a nice way because you want to get along with your coworkers. You want to you want to have a smooth thing. So like I was trying to be as friendly as possible and it was cool, but then it wasn't. So I hope she's on to better times.
Yeah, you always want to try to get along with your coworkers and your neighbors.
It might have been COVID just broke her down, like she was dealing with family members who got it, and it was just it's been a crazy time for people lately.
And you don't have to like people to get along with them. You do that every day at
Very
work.
True. Very true.
Well, what I will do is a tease of the video.
Oh, there we go.
Good, go.
Here we go.
But no music. Sorry, guys.
We'll provide it ourselves.
Yeah.
That guy in the middle there with the bass, he looks heavy.
The guy on the left is Adam Post, I think. Oh no!
I couldn't help it.
Oh, you're brutal, Simon.
Brutal. she thinks she's in a Slipknot video. That's how they got her to do this.
Oh, she got zapped by electricity. Are they going to appear now? Or like,
That is very 80s.
That's very 80s, man. Very 80s.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got warped into the graveyard with her dad's band.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's so on the nose.
Yeah, it is.
My dad is so
bullseye.
metal.
Bullseye, Vaughn. Bullseye. Oh, that looks awesome, Drew. Oh, that's fucking great.
I love your 80s flair and tech and the lighting and the color choices and the fact that you were like, yeah, dude, pull her in through the TV like poltergeist stuff. Like, cool. It's cool.
It was as it should be obviously known is the 80s look and feel was the target. That was totally intentional.
Is Von right?
About what?
about the girl being the daughter of one of the guys on the band?
Yes.
There you go.
But
See, I told you it was right on the fucking nose.
In her
On the nose.
in her defense, she's actually very talented. So
That's got nothing to do with anything.
No, the joke is still it's still funny.
Yeah, we're not saying it was pure nepotism, okay? She totally sold me. Okay, I believed her.
Well, she's the best. She's the best actress out of all of them. That's for sure.
She was. I believed her. The other guy seemed a little chunky. I hope you cut that.
A bit heavier on the, you know.
Dude, I thought they wanted. You should just write back. I thought you wanted to be heavy. Right? Just pretend like you don't get
Not
it.
literally.
Like, hard to work with.
Literally.
Have you ever had an artist do that to you? They just start playing dumb, and they're like, "I thought you wanted this," and you're like, "What's going on? What are you doing?"
it's
No,
hard
but
to tell
that's
somebody. It's hard
annoying.
to tell somebody if you didn't want to look fat on video, you shouldn't have been fat in real life.
Fucking not good. Dude, you should get him to wear a corset.
They're watching this, and they're gonna kick your ass.
No, they're not. They're my friends from like way back.
Oh, okay.
No. So
they use-
this band has a great story. So like when I was a freshman in high school, right? I didn't know any of these guys really, but their band was playing at the Knights of Columbus Hall, and there was a big old fucking mosh pit and everything. It was an all ages show, and it was these guys. It was this band. And then they actually, broke up and did other things after for a while. And then the songs that they had played got picked up by a small label, and then they were circulating those songs, and it started making some money and selling some albums. So they got a contract to make a new album.
Nice.
So this is a music video for their fucking new album.
Return, man. This is the
Yeah.
Epic.
So it's actually a fucking pretty killer story. I mean, these are guys in their fucking 50s now who are who like were high school fucking rock stars when I was a freshman in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, yeah. So this is
way to chase your dreams, people.
well, it's kind of like the dream coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean? So it's like, I wanted to help them have a fucking a music video that had the right feel. And I didn't want to as much as I wanted to like be like, no, you can't have no changes. I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna take your fucking notes, and I'm gonna see what I can do with the available footage and still make it look good. If I don't feel it's gonna be a good enough change, I'm not gonna put it in. You know what I mean? And then it's like, whatever I give you this last time around, that's it, right? And we're okay with that. And like, yeah, we trust whatever you're gonna do. And so they're gonna have a good final product. You know what I mean? And it's going to be solid. And
Dude, I'm looking forward to this. I want to see.
I know, me
photo,
too.
man.
Me too. Can't wait, man. That's gonna be fucking awesome.
yeah, it should be ready. Their album drops on the 13th, Friday the 13th. So the video is going to be
sweet.
done by then. So
Very metal.
yeah, we'll debut it on next week's Horror Talk.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yes. Okay, badass, man.
Fellas, I got to boogie. My apologies. This was fucking fun.
Since everybody's got a split, we might as well go ahead and call it a night for the show. Everybody, thanks for coming. And
Hold on a sec.
Happy Carpenter Day.
Check this out. A little sample that I'm working on for the Telson and Adverse 2, right? I just had to censor it before I share. As you can see, I just went and copy pasted.
Oh, nice. Oh hell yeah!
So this is a little something, a little teaser of what Luani is all about. This is how she can change her appearance to more seductive mode, and then
Oh wow!
she can change her features. She's not a shifter. So after that, you just end up, boom. You see the,
She can inflate her titties. Is what you're saying?
inflate titties, but as you say, she changed her body. Now she's more athletic, like the muscle
Oh,
tone.
like a dancer's body.
Yeah.
Right. Like stripper body to dancer body. Interesting.
So she about let's make some babies. I'm about to kick your
Yeah.
ass.
Right. And she's
Awesome.
yeah, totally, man. She's gonna
Can't
rip
wait.
your heart out too, and you rip your bank account out too. She's gonna fuck you up.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing while I'm waiting for my colors and lettering. I'm just working on Tales from the Adverse 2 and 3.
That's awesome, dude. That's so awesome. Like I said, once I finish Devils, I'm on your shit.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the story that he's talking about. That's gonna be a little something we're working on together, and it's gonna be part of the Inkslayer.
Brian,
So
this makes me think, man. This makes me think. I need to talk to you and possibly Drew. I don't know, but like I need to talk to you about some story stuff.
Okay, dude, hit me up anytime.
Okay,
hit me up anytime. And that's the thing, man.
I might hit
anybody
you all up, actually, but
yeah, and anybody can hit me up. There's a lot of people like Simon and Preston. They don't really talk about it, but they help artists that are like just starting out, giving them pointers and shit. There's no reason why we writers shouldn't do the same thing.
Indeed,
give back.
Yeah.
Because
look, there's an old saying that says the best way to master anything is to teach.
Yeah, you're just baiting. You're just baiting.
Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun. Of course, it was impossible for us to focus on film to film to film because holy shit, we're talking about John Carpenter. First thing you got to do is just bust your fucking nut, and that nut lasted about an hour 45 minutes.
I kind of had a feeling that would have how it would have gone. You know what I mean?
It was fine, man. It was fine with me.
And when I found that footage, I was like, okay, this is great stop and go footage, without sound, and it covers all the films. And if we're struggling for something to talk about, I'm sure the footage would give us one. So it was fun.
It was a little fast though, because we'd be like, oh yeah, Adrian Barbeau's boobs are awesome. They're so Christine, what are you talking? Oh, Escape from New York, that's my favorite. It was a little fast, but I think it went over real well. Because we knew our stuff. These are
we're passionate, man.
There's so many cool Carpenter fan facts in this stream alone. I think it went really well.
That's the thing, man. It's all about the love. It's all about the love.
Yeah.
So good topic choice, Drew. Good topic choice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a huge Carpenter fan. I usually try to let Brian pick topics when we have topic nights, so that and then he sends me a bunch of videos that I can't show.
That's why we're not doing that anymore.
I mean, it's like we just did the show I was waiting for, so I'm done. John Carpenter is my favorite. Period. Anything horror, he's my top guy.
For me, he's up there with Sergio Leone and I would say my favorite Sergio Leone and John Carpenter.
Yep.
So before we sign off, everybody take a moment to take gander at this comic book right here by none other than Von Klaus. And if you have the extra scratch right now, it's probably a good time to get yourself.
You seem tense. You know what you need. You need a good book in your life. Monster MD's it. It's the best thing I've ever made. It's beautiful and it looks gorgeous from the printer right now. And I don't know.
Self-medicate.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Self-medicate. Get some Monster MD.
Escape while you self-medicate. Escape.
Right.
But I'm wearing this shirt for the first time that they sent me, Crypto Fashion. I just want to shield them for a second.
Oh, dude.
They sent me this shirt and it just kicks all the ass.
That's awesome, dude.
I love it.
Oh, it's great.
Do no harm unless you must. And then it fits so well. It's 100% cotton. Like I can actually finally tell you how good this shirt is. This is like my new favorite shirt. It fits the way I want a shirt to fit with like your shoulders. It cuts in a little bit to accentuate the body. It feels good too. It's like, I guess that 100% cotton thing. So yes, get a shirt from Crypto Fashion or get the book from me.
Yeah, I'm 100. I am a 100% cotton kind of a guy. So.
Yeah, dude, I've forgotten like what it feels like, like living bad synthetics or something. Okay, but yeah, this is Monster MD. It's badass. Please check it out. If you're gonna get a lot of content, the main book is 144 pages.
Woo!
It's 128 of story, and then I threw in some bonuses as I was working with the printer. I just wanted to kind of give more to everybody. So.
We're all looking forward to it, man.
What is this? You're not even that far. You're like 11,300 from the next big huge goal of 100K. You could do 11 after this book gets out into people's hands. You just leave it in demand for a while. It could go up there.
Yeah, man. Here's hoping. I mean, I approach this like this is the coolest book in indie comics. Like everyone's gonna want this. This is a 100,000 campaign. But if I don't make it, I don't make it. It's cool. I already feel really good about this. Like, I'm happy.
Dude, you don't need to accomplish. I mean, we believe the prediction is that you're gonna hit 100K. You've already made fucking history, dude. You've already fucking done something amazing here, and the book looks amazing. And when people get it and they love it and they see all the passion that went into it and all the careful work, they see that it was worth the wait. Your next campaign is going to blow up twice as big.
I mean, one can only hope. I'm doing something really cool for my next campaign that's kind of only just beginning to materialize behind the scenes, and it's so sexy. Like it's so cool what we're making. It's going to blow people's minds because I want to outdo this. I do, because this is great. But I want to do better. I want to do crazier.
We all do, man.
And Marco's signed on to do my next project with me. So
nice.
We're still getting the Monster MD artist and I just like tearing it up together because I think we make a pretty good team. We got this many pages of work out and it came out great. So
awesome.
I'm happy with it, guys. Thanks so much for your support and thanks for letting me on your show to plug this, man. I really appreciate you.
Man, you're like family on the show, brother.
Yeah. Without a doubt, dude. Without a doubt. And, we wouldn't pimp this if it didn't look like a fucking awesome project.
I think people are going to really dig it, man. Like, the whole package is just badass. I'm really proud. Like, now that I've put it all together with the printers and, like, picked my type of binding, I kind of upgraded the binding. So people are going to get this extra nice binding that opens real easy. And you set it down flat on a table if you want or whatever. It's going to, so you just appreciate the art and just soak it up, man. It's going to be something else. And the spot gloss on the cover and on the back is going to be real fucking flashy. I don't know. I'm just excited, man. My book's turning into like a hot rod.
That's so cool, dude.
It's like a car. That's fun.
You earned it, man. You earned it without a fucking doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that,
making a comic, man.
Yeah. On that note, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Everybody, get yourself some Monster MD link in the chat, and we will see you next week on Horror Talk.
Go follow Ink Slayers.
Hell yeah.